Hey everyone, it's CurlyHairedHero, and welcome back to some more Kirby's Dreamland 3. So, we're still going through the Ripple fields here. This is going to be stage 5, finally. And as I've mentioned last time, we're going to try our best to stick with our good friend here. Kine is apparently his name. So far I've really only known his name and the little hamster whose name I believe is Ricky. But I've been informed, I guess, that this little fresh friend's name is actually Kine. But as I mentioned, we're going to try our best to stick with him through this entire endeavor. I'm not going to bother going through that door because it's actually just going to send us right back to the previous room we were in. But I'm going to try my best not to, for example, lose a life with Kine and make my way through this level with Kine to the best of my ability. However, that is going to actually change towards the end of the level. Because this level's Heart Star actually has us using another friend. It's the little green bird friend that we had. I believe we used them earlier in Ripple Fields to water some plants. We need to use him actually to get through this level and get the Heart Star actually. So let's see if we can, there we go. Actually, we'll do one of those. So we're gonna use Kine through this level as much as we can, but we're actually going to need to let Kine chill out for a second here. It's a very interesting part of this level where I have to actually find specific power-ups. Ugh, that's not good. You can't combine power-ups in this game. This isn't good old crystal shards, but I have to leave my friend behind and actually get another power-up in order to get through a barricade that doesn't let us go through. I don't think I've seen anything similar to this in this game or any other Kirby game, but I could be wrong. I haven't played a huge amount of them. We are gonna manage to get the... Actually, I don't think this is a lot better. Yeah, I know it's better than the rock, and we're gonna have to switch buddies in a bit, but I really haven't played too many Kirby games for me to really say if this is some sort of new development that only exists in this game. But I do know, for example, a couple of the things that are sort of routine for Kirby games is, for example, the invisible doors that I was complaining about last time. I know that is a thing that does happen quite a lot. It was pretty noticeable in this game that there was an invisible door, as I actually didn't even need to look up a walkthrough to see the invisible doors, or for that matter, know that I needed it to complete the requirement for the Heart Star. Oh right, he does that. Yeah, I don't really want to do that in the water, so none of these power-ups are really going to be that great. So we'll try our best and make it through this with this bird, through this water here, but it's definitely not going to be a good time, because if I miss any of my openings to go to the next sections here, I have to just spin all the way back around. And as you can probably imagine, there's going to be a lot of these sections where I'm just going to be going around in a loop, trying to go through one opening. But we're going to try our best to avoid enemies as best as we can, just so I don't have to use this power-up. It's not a horrible power-up, mind you. I think it's actually pretty cool and creative. The only problem is that it's extremely hard to use here, but then again, maybe it's not so bad. It would just be difficult to actually go where I need to, since these enemies end up respawning. Were these enemies to actually stay dead, it actually wouldn't have been that bad of a thing. Because I could actually just let the current take Kirby where he needs to go, and then just let the electric bird essentially solve all my problems for me. This part is quite annoying as the tides shift towards the Gordos as soon as you go towards the stars. So each row of star Gordos, the flow change towards the Gordo, and since they alternate that way, you'll try and be close to one star at one point and then immediately regret your decision as it'll pull you up to the Gordo that's above you. But in any case, we did manage to miss the candy that was in the first part of this stage, and now that's kind of funny in that we can have the bird have the star overflow, which is kind of pointless considering that he is pretty much impervious to stuff anyways. My only complaint with this power-up is just how long it takes for it to actually come back to you. If there was a slightly quicker way for it to just essentially bounce back towards you, I really wouldn't have that much of an issue with it, and we're actually going to end up losing it. This dumb arrow enemy, as I mentioned before, doesn't even have a power-up. But we're going to go here and show, I guess, his mom or his very big girlfriend. Not that I'm saying there's anything wrong with big birds, but she's obviously a lot bigger than he is. Or maybe that's just his sister or brother. I don't even know. Let's not bother about the gender of these birds and try to get the maximum tomato, get a star instead. Very unlucky. Yep, let's keep it on. Here we're going to go into the Ripple Field Stage 5, or I'm sorry, Stage 6 this time around. These crabs here don't actually have any power up. I thought they would have been maybe cutters, but they are not. So we're just going to go ahead and suck them up and get them the hell out of the way. So actually, we're going to go ahead and switch to our buddy Rookie here, because given that we're on low health, it's actually very convenient. Oh, that's not good. That we can actually use the rock power up here, because it's one of the few power-ups, as I mentioned, where you can essentially just walk around with the power-up, which makes it extremely powerful. But we're just gonna go see if we can go back here, where we have at least one little bit of health. Unfortunately, Ricky does this weird thing where if you don't have a power-up, he actually just like takes his mouth out, kind of like Wario does in the Smash games, and you kind of have to just use that to get power-ups, which makes it a little bit difficult. Yeah. Oh boy. Let's see if we can do this now. There's unfortunately not really any health in this section, which makes this quite a bit difficult. It also makes it difficult that we're going to have to fight the boss after this. So I'm actually going to take this route the wrong way the first time, just to show you what happens. But essentially we're going to go through a sort of maze here, where every time you guess wrong, you get brought into this area here, which has nothing in it at all. So you would have to do the correct order, which is going to be top. I'm just going to run here. And going to the top, then bottom, and then second from the top, which is going to be this one here, which is then thankfully going to allow us to actually progress and not get stuck in that little maze. That's what I figured. So these bars are actually not really that dangerous. I'm actually just going to end up getting rid of our rock power up there, just because it's not really going to be useful anymore, unfortunately. But that being said, I believe we can come down here. See these three doors. Now you'll see this pattern here, in order to get the heart star for this level, we're just gonna have to replicate that same pattern. So we're going to get rid of a couple of these blocks here. I know this has been a rewind heavy episode, so I am going to warn you, if I do mess up any of these, I am probably going to rewind, but thankfully that is not the case this time around, as I was able to pretty easily get this done the first time around. The only good thing about these black bars is as soon as you get rid of the box that's essentially holding them together, they don't seem to do anything whatsoever and just destroy themselves, which is quite a bit of relief considering that we still are running around here with just the one speck of health. So I'm actually going to run, that's actually not half bad. I'm going to run here to this second part of this, the other side of the map here, and we're going to dip Rookie for our owl friend. With the parasol here, it might actually make this a little bit easier because I can just kind of somewhat safely fly up here while being in the guise of this parasol power here. So we're going to try and do that while also seeing if maybe we can survey the land for any sort of maximum tomatoes or anything of the sort. Doesn't seem like there are any. So I've got to be careful with these coconuts here because they actually do damage as soon as you touch them. Oof, boy, this is very difficult to just sort of thread the needle through here. There we go. But we actually got to come up because once they touch the ground, they explode. Now that we've done that, we can go ahead and get the heart star here from that block there, that puzzle block. I'm not sure what that was about, but we're actually going to rewind again. I know again this has been a really rewind heavy episode, but we obviously really need to get that maximum tomato right now, or else we're going to be in a pretty bad spot going forward. Nope, almost got it. There we go. If anything, I'll help your ears out a little bit, because every time I start the level, you won't hear that annoying beeping sound whenever I start a new level. So let's go ahead and try and take on this boss here. I've actually never fought this boss, so I don't know what this is like. I do know that it seems like he will be trying his best here to ram into the walls here, and we've unfortunately picked up 2 power-ups. Thankfully we managed to throw it at him towards the end there. I don't know how well Bird Friend is in the water. Let's see. And I've just completely discarded Bird Friend. Alright. Doesn't seem like Kirby can suck anything up right now. So how am I supposed to hurt him? I don't understand. Alright, well, we'll give this a shot next time. Take care of yourself.